So, the debut episode of Rampage kicked off with the Impact World Championship match. And honestly, if this was for the AEW World Championship, I honestly don't think I could imagine a scenario where Christian actually beats Kenny. But since this was for the Impact World Championship, I thought Christian might actually have a chance. I thought if they were actually going to build up Christian to being a legitimate threat to Kenny Omega's AEW World title at All Out, him taking one of Kenny's world titles away from him would be a pretty good way to do just that. And it turns out I was right, because Kenny Omega tried to fight dirty and use a chair while the referee was distracted, but Christian Cage countered Omega's attempt to use the chair and used it himself when he hit Omega with the kill switch onto the chair, and he pinned him to win the Impact World Championship. So I think that's pretty cool now that Christian Cage gets to be featured on Impact Television. And like I said, it also builds him up well for his AEW World title match at All Out against Kenny Omega. Then we had a TNT Championship match between the champion Miro and Fuego del Sol. And the caveat of this match was that if Fuego del Sol wins the match, he'll also earn a full-time AEW contract. And Fuego del Sol put up a good fight, and he had the support of the people behind him, but in the end, Miro hit his big running super kick and then made him tap out with the game over submission. And then Sammy Guevara came out with Tony Khan, and Tony Khan handed him a clipboard, and basically Sammy Guevara came down and awarded Fuego del Sol his AEW contract anyways. So that was a nice feel-good moment. And then we had our main event, which was the AEW Women's World Champion Britt Baker defending her title against Red Velvet. And Britt Baker came out to a big hometown welcome with the crowd spinning and twirling their Britt Baker towels. And Red Velvet put up a good fight, but in the end, Red Velvet tried to lock Britt Baker in her own lockjaw submission, but then Britt Baker countered and locked Red Velvet in the lockjaw submission and forced her to tap out. And then after the match, Britt Baker kept attacking Red Velvet, which felt weird to me because as a babyface, again, she really shouldn't be doing these kinds of things. Even if in her hometown, she's probably going to get treated like a hero no matter what she does anyways. But Chris Statlander came out and tried to help Red Velvet, and then a woman in black came out and laid out Statlander, and it turned out it was Jamie Hayter, who was the person that Britt Baker and Rebel were teasing to watch their backs a few weeks ago. So overall, it was a pretty good debut episode of Rampage.